Hi everyone, welcome back to Divine Conversations. I'm so glad to have you here. Yay! So I got some new decks in the mail today, and I'm very excited about it. And so it has inspired me to pull some cards on on just a topic. Yeah, let's have a conversation, shall we? Um, we're going to have a conversation with the Divine Masculine right now. Divine Masculine, I want to talk to you about moving through this tower energy. Over the past 2 days, as I've been doing these readings for you, um, it's been coming through that a lot of you are having difficulty really getting through this tower energy. So I want to talk to you about it and get some advice for you. Get you some clarity so that you can move forward um, easier. Yeah, so it's a little, so you understand, you have a little more clarity. And because this channel is called Divine Conversations, Divine Conversations, why not have a conversation about it? Okay, so we're going to be using some of my new decks today. If you've already watched the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine daily messages for the day, you've already become acquainted with my Lightworker and Crystal Mandala Oracle decks. But if not, here are those. Now, for the daily readings, I'm going to be using the Lightworker Oracle the most because as Twin Flames, we are Lightworkers. But I'm probably going to be pulling from the Crystal Mandala Oracle quite often because there's a lot of good stuff in there, I'm coming to realize. And just as a disclaimer, just because I am new to a lot of these decks, well, all the decks you'll see here, unless I pull some clarifiers from the tarot deck, but because I am new to these decks, I will be using the books, but also I think I'll just be using the books intermittently anyway, because there are still some messages in there that would be beneficial to hear that you don't necessarily pick up in a channel, you know what I mean? So, what else? So I want to introduce you, I want to show you, we'll be using the Fairy Forest deck. I'll be pulling some cards there for, as you know, some advice from the fairies, as well as some advice from the unicorns. I feel like unicorns are actually a really great symbol for men to connect with. We're moving into, I'm sorry, not men necessarily, but masculine energies. And I'm speaking about it in terms of, how our society views masculinity. And I feel like there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of intuition, there's a lot more willpower one can connect with when we connect to our divine feminine sides. And I feel like unicorns really are a poster child, in essence, for the balance between male and masculine and feminine energies. So, I really feel excited about what the unicorns can help us understand, especially moving through this tower energy, because a lot of this tower energy is dealing with the misconceptions of masculine energy, don't you think? That's kind of how it always felt for me. And I feel like if you're watching this video and you've been watching my videos or you came across this video, you probably resonate with that. The fact that this tower energy is really questioning your masculinity, but in a good way, in a way that's going to build you up. And then finally, we'll be pulling some cards from the Earth Magic deck. Now, the Earth Magic deck is by Stephen D. Farmer. The Unicorn deck is by Cordelia Francesca Brabs. The Fairy Forest deck is by Lucy Cavendish. I hope I said that correctly. And the artwork is by Maxine God. I hope I said that correctly also. And then finally, the Crystal Mandala, I don't know if I said this, but the Crystal Mandala and the Lightworker Oracle are by Alana Fairchild. All good stuff. So, let's get this started, shall we? Divine Masculine, we're going to have a conversation with you right now. Oh, and I guess because it was coming out of my mouth, Divine Feminines, if you're cross-watching, welcome. You can take any of the messages that come through here and put them into your own understanding, and just send your Divine Masculine love and support towards resolution and resolving a lot of this stuff, yeah? All right, so let's get it started here. I want to start by pulling from the Earth Magic deck. And I want to get four cards from the Earth Magic deck that can help you. Let's help define some of what's going on here in this tower energy for the divine masculine. Earth Magic, Gaia, please give us some clarity for the divine masculine, for moving through this tower energy. What is this energy? What's at the core of this energy? What are we breaking free of? What towers of false identities are falling? How can we understand this energy better? We'll give it one more shuffle. Whoops, that's too many. What can we understand about this energy? What guidance can you give us? What guidance for the divine masculine about this tower energy? That's one. Cave, sanctuary. Oop, here's another. Volcano, volatility. Okay, two more messages, please. Green man, synergy. And what else? One more message, please, for the divine masculine. What can we understand about this tower energy? And whale, breach. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have clouds, shape-shifting. That's on the bottom, so I'm going to take this as well. All right, so right off the bat, getting into some channeled messages here. The first thing I notice is the green man here. Now, the green man, to me, talks about planting new seeds, refreshing, growing, especially since there's so much green here. I really think of the heart chakra. So I think of the heart chakra kind of like going through a rebirth, yeah? Now, for the rest of this tower energy, I see cave and sanctuary. And the first time I saw this card, immediately I thought of almost like a hermit energy. But this man is a caveman, and he's in this cave. Is he a caveman? No, he's not a caveman. He's just someone that lives by nature. But anyway, he's in the cave and he's writing something. He's telling a story. At first I thought he was studying something, but in relation to this tower energy, I'm seeing you, divine masculine, kind of like huddled in your cave, going through the emotions. When I look at this man and what he's doing, I see someone doing artwork on the cave. Maybe you're in solitude right now and you're really focusing on your artwork, or you're focusing on processing your emotions through expression somehow. That's what I feel like. And so in this tower energy, as you're coming out of it, you're kind of isolating yourself a little bit, but in a healthy way. Just make sure, still get out and see your friends and all that. But there's that. I'm going to go through these cards and just give you what I'm getting intuitively, and then we can break it down through the books. So next, I want to talk about Volcano. Volcano is telling me, be careful. Be careful. This is a very volatile time for you. And if you haven't already erupted, you may. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's hard to contain, yes, but eventually, it serves an end, really, of releasing pent-up energy. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are feeling right now. You're feeling this volcano either erupting in you or it's building. And you might be feeling fearful of that. And so... I'd say don't be afraid. Everything happens for a reason is what I just heard, but in that case, do be cautious. Yeah, be careful, because it is a volatile time, and it's a shaky time. Now next, we have a whale in Breach, and now I see Breach, and I think of you. I literally see you doing what this whale is doing, reaching the surface of the water. It's like some of you have been so drowned in emotion. It's like you never thought you were going to come up out of it, but you're finally breaching the surface and coming back up out of the water into the fresh air, into the sunlight, and you're picking your head up out of the water, and you know you're now you can see where you are in relation to land and move your way there. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this card initially. And that's really quite beautiful. And then finally we have clouds, shape-shifting. So this can speak to the fact that, especially with this volcano, I'm seeing a lot of smoky atmosphere. Things are a little unclear with this. You know, you've got to let the dust settle. So just be careful of illusions. Be careful to keep your wits about you. Be careful to keep your emotions in check, because something that you observe that you think is one thing really could be something else. That's for some of you. For others of you, this is literally, or maybe even the whole Divine Masculine Collective, this could literally be speaking to the transformation you're going through in shape-shifting. You know, it says that right there. You are changing. You are changing your shape. You are becoming something new. You are blossoming from your cocoon, if you will. Yeah, and that's a great thing. And I think, and I was just drawn back to the Green Man and saying that, coupled with the fertility of the Green Man, this shape-shifting is going to be a shift into something that you never even thought you could be. Something brand new and totally awesome. Yeah? So now let's break it down a little bit and get some information from the books. We'll start with Cave. Cave, here we go. As the sun sets, the crescent of the new moon appears in the distance as this ancestral human creates his art, painting on the walls of the cave with colors drawn from earth substances. The fire warms him, the cave shelters him, and provides him a refuge from the rest of the world. With its womb-like structure, it not only offers sanctuary, but also serves as a temple that houses his creative spirit, which eventually gives birth in the physical form of his artwork. Yep. Note how absorbed he is in the process. He no doubt has prepared for this creative ceremony by getting the fire going, mixing the colors, and gathering his sacred objects. He's painting an image of a sacral spiral, one of the most ancient symbols ever discovered. It's been depicted in artwork found in a variety of cultures and occurs frequently in nature in exquisite mathematical proportions, such as in the shape of a nautilus shell. It also shows up in burial sites around the world, representing the endless spiral of life, death, rebirth, the grand and complex mystery so elegantly portrayed in a simple circular pattern. So yeah, this is definitely speaking to you finding solitude and expressing yourself through art. This is also an indication or a suggestion that if you haven't done that, if you're not doing that, or if you have been thinking of doing that, totally go for it. It's really going to be of benefit for you. Especially, there has to be a way, right? Here's a message I'm sharing right now. There has to be a way to keep ourselves from exploding like a volcano, right? And so with the cave followed by the volcano, you're being asked here to take some time away and to release your emotions in a healthy way. Yeah? Don't let the volatility of the volcano take over. Don't allow yourself to get to that point. Yeah, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do to care for yourself and keep yourself balanced and process your emotions in a beneficial way. Yeah? The next one I want to read is Green Man. So, Green Man, what does that have to say? Green Man is Earth's vegetation personified. Although he has many variations, this card depicts a more subtle and embedded representation. In other portrayals, he resembles the face of a man covered in green foliage as branches and vines sprout from every direction. There exists some form of green man throughout history and in a myriad of cultures throughout the world, often a symbol for the rebirth of life in springtime. He has also been associated with the Lord of Wildwood. As a representation of the plant kingdom, Green Man reminds us of the incredible synergy required for Gaia to maintain her delicate and dynamic balance among the various beings on the planet. Synergy is the interaction and cooperation of two or more elements that produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate efforts. We witness this in the complex and cooperative interaction between plants, humans, and animals. For instance, fruit trees propagate by being eaten by an animal that then deposits it back into the earth after digestion. As a new plant grows, bees pollinate the flowers, and the cycle begins once again in nature's simple yet remarkable synergy. Yeah, so I really think this card is talking about getting in tune, also connecting with the earth, riding the waves of the earth energies and connecting with Earth Mother to help cleanse, to help in this rebirth, to help give you strength, because she'll definitely do that. She'll definitely provide you with everything you need to, to become the Green Man once again, to rebuild your foliage and to grow back bigger, badder, and better than you were before, once this tower energy really falls away from you. Yeah? Next we're going to go to Breach. I'm sorry, Whale. Okay. Whale, Breach. This powerful creature of the ocean takes a few sweeps of his fins and propels himself briefly out of the waters where he spends the majority of his life. He's taking a break from the ordinary earth element in which he lives to exist. He's taking a break from the ordinary earth element in which he lives to exist even for a few moments in the realm of blue skies and sun, having broken through the skin of the ocean in a magnificent display of fullness and strength. All baleen whales breach, but none more spectacularly than the humpbacks. Yes, in this image, the humpback whale that has burst out of the ocean expresses an almost palpable feeling of release and joy. Exactly. Often when we manage to change our environment to break through illusory blockages, we experience an intense feeling of relief and can let go of any previously held fears and assumptions of what would happen once we did overcome that barrier, whether it's material, emotional, or mental. So that actually speaks directly to what I was picking up from the card. You are really breaking free. You're having that moment of expression, of a relief, a sigh of relief, because it's almost over. It really is almost over, guys. I want to assure you of that. I just feel called to really drive this message home. Find some sanctuary and find a way to release your emotions in a productive manner. Artwork of any kind is an excellent idea. Journaling is an excellent idea. I just got an idea. I just got the message. Someone might be wanting to write a book or a story, a screenplay, something like that. A musical, even. Just any way of getting this stuff out. In a productive and beneficial way, whatever that means for you, is the best idea right now. Now, because of the nature of the card and Sanctuary, artwork is highly suggested, and you don't have to be a fine artist or even a quote good artist, whatever that means. But you don't have to be, you don't have to be some expert to make a piece of art or something you consider art that expresses what you're going through, right? So this is the biggest message out of this card. The Earth is asking you to please, the Earth Magic cards are asking you, Divine Masculine, to please take a safe approach with this, yeah? Okay, I think we're good on that. Let's move to the fairies. The fairy forest deck. There is a lot of feminine energy in this, so I really want to bring this in here and get some information for the divine masculine. Um, from the fairies about some of the emotional parts of this. I want to just get some advice from the fairies. What can the divine masculine do actively, other than artwork? What are some other ways to work through this energy, or to release this energy? What, from your perspective, fairies, what does the divine masculine need to understand about this transitional period of moving through the tower energy into this rebirth? From your point of view, fairies, what does the divine masculine need to know, and what can they do to move through this energy in a beneficial way? From your perspective, fairies, what can the divine masculine do to move through these energies, and what does he or she need to know? Let's take 3 cards, please. 3 cards, fairies. 3 cards, please. There's 2. 1, 2. We have, yeah. Okay. We have Atheling and Elven Touch so far. 1 more card, please. One more card for the divine masculine. Here we are. Oh, and we have the Ancient. Okay. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, so we're taking 4 here. At the bottom of the deck, we have Isa, Stillness, Pause, and Delicacy. All right, so let's do this here. Okay, this is good. So, let's start with Atheling. Nobility, grace, and gratitude. Already I'm hearing your best advice right now in dealing with all of this, divine masculine, is to do it with the most grace and gratitude that you can. Because with grace, you will come out of this on top. And with gratitude. Gratitude is a big thing. Is a big thing here. This card to me is asking you to stand up and do this in the most tactful way you can, with the utmost compassion, even the utmost respect for all of the people, the situations, and places that you've left behind. Especially with that message is really strong. You must. Well, it would really be beneficial to you to move through this moment with the most respect for the situations you are leaving behind as you can. Because ultimately, whether those experiences were challenging, well, yes, they were challenging, but whether they were extremely negative, you felt beat down and just broken because of it, it also served to teach you a lesson ultimately. And whether you would like it or not, it did serve for you to be in the position that you're in now, to look back on it and say, wow, I went through that and I came out on top. I'm a bigger, better, and badder person than I was when I started. So because of that, gratitude is due. Yeah? So be graceful about it. Be gratuitous. Be respectful. Respect is really coming up a lot for that. Next, we have Elven Touch, Recovery, Comeback, Revival. So this was This to me is exactly what I was just saying about looking back on this and saying, I came out of that bigger, badder, and better than I was before. Almost like I feel like a phoenix from the ashes risen type of energy here, but obviously the coloring here is much cooler. In this, it's like she's this fairy. When I first looked at this card, I looked at this at the paleness of her skin, and I said, "Oh wow, she's like a brand new, almost like she's ready to be. It's like that her body right there is the vessel, and she's ready to be colored in by her spirit, her soul." So like divine masculine, it's like you come out of this and you've got this new, you literally have a brand new light body, a brand new energy body, because it is nowhere near what it used to be, right? And so now all you got to do is color that bad boy in, and literally the only thing you have to do to color it in is step on into it and start living, right? So recovery, comeback, revival. I mean, yeah, we can go further with the book if I feel called to, but I'm just channeling these messages right now, so I kind of just want to flow with that. Next, we have the Ancient, Elder, Experience, Lessons. This is a great card to see, I think, because this is telling me that in throughout this Tower energy, you are coming out of here much wiser. And I'm hearing that a lot of you need to realize that. You need to look back on the situation and see what you have learned and understand that you have grown stronger for this. When I read this card came up for me when I was just playing with the cards and doing like a personal little thing, and I read it, and the one thing that pointed out to me was that the woman in this card has lived and learned. She has experienced, and she is so old that she defies age almost. Like, she's been through so much. She has been through it. And she has become so much wiser because of it. This is also tying into what Athling, I hope I'm saying that right, but what this card here is saying about grace, gratitude, and being respectful, because the Ancient here understands that everything has its place and everything has its purpose. And everything is divine in its own right. And everything deserves respect and gratitude for the role it plays in your life. And through really tapping into that space of gratitude and wisdom and understanding, you allow yourself to go with the flow of the situation more. Yeah. If you're grateful for what you're experiencing, even though it may suck, it may be really, really difficult, but if you can find a way to show gratitude for the situation, it lifts such a burden off of you. And the Ancient really understands that. And the Ancient is asking you to learn about that yourself, to find that in yourself. The Ancient is also asking you to realize the work you've done. You've done such great work. You must become aware of that, because it really isn't even until you're aware of that you can really integrate it and move forward with it and use it to not only your benefit, but the benefit of others. Isa is what we have last. Stillness, pause, delicacy. And I feel like already these cards are very similar. Elven Touch and Isa. Just look at the color scheme. It's like we're getting a close-up view of this brand new being that's emerging, this comeback, this recovery that's emerging. So divine masculine, this is saying, be easy on yourself, I believe. Isa, at least, is saying, be easy on yourself. Be still for a second. Pause. I know your new body is ready to go. You just got to step into it, but don't just run away with it. Yeah? Give yourself time to acclimate a little bit. Play with the controls a little bit. Figure out what things do first. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself a little bit of time. Because I don't want to say you're fragile. Delicacy is the word that is pulling to me here, but it's not like you're going to break that easily. It's just I think it's saying handle this new phase delicately. Yeah, don't just go in there and manhandle it. Just like rough it up, you know. Like be easy with it, be compassionate with it. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, you know. You're in a brand new place, you're in a brand new spot. You've got a brand new light body. You've got a brand new mindset. You've got a brand new set of people, a brand new environment, like new relationships, like new things, especially on the relationship front. New relationships tend to be pretty delicate, you know. So this even goes towards your twin. As you move out of this tower energy and move towards union with your twin, handle it delicately. Yeah. Be patient and easy with it is what I heard. Yeah, those are some good messages. I think I just want to leave it there and move on to the next. What's next? Let's get some. Okay, so I'm gonna consolidate a little bit, move things over. Thank you, fairies. Those are some really strong messages. Okay. Next, we're going to pull. I want to get 3 cards from the unicorns. Unicorns. I'm going to ask you specifically, and this is especially for the men that are dealing with, the divine masculines, the men and the women that are dealing with this gender identity situation. What can you tell us? How can we heal this? This is a major. This whole gender roles thing is a major kind of blight on humanity. It's something that's finally being talked about and dealt with and challenged. But I feel, at least for the purposes of this video and the messages that are coming through right now, I feel like a lot of the divine masculines that are watching this are dealing with the gender roles and the gender norms and the idea of who they are, who they should or shouldn't be or supposed to be when it comes to society. And this can come from your friends, this can come from family situations. I mean, it could just come from general society alone in like the media and all that. So unicorns, what? And even if you're a woman and you're dealing and you embody the divine masculine energy, you can be feeling this too. I know I'm a man physically, but I embody the divine feminine energy, and a lot of the time I'm conflicted with a lot of what women go through. Because I embody the feminine energy, I want to do things. I'm receptive. I'm intuitive. I want to create a home and hold a space. And I did deal with the whole like being a housewife thing, and you know, and the expectations there. Even though I'm a man, like that's kind of the role I played. And so even if you're a woman and you embody divine masculine energy, you can be affected by these gender roles as well, because you act from the place of masculine energy. You know what I mean? So this message is for you too. So for all of you that are dealing with this kind of stuff, unicorns, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Coming out of this tower energy, how can we, ooh, that just flew out. Nature, okay. How can we better understand this? How can we better move through it? With this tower energy, how can we deal, what do we need to know about it? How can we deal with it more? Okay, so we've got 1 card already, and I want 2 more, because I want 3 messages. Anger, ooh, nature, anger, yeah, I know that anger, that feels just about right. Aha, and finally we have intention. I really like this intention card. And at the, no. Well, yes. So we've got 4 cards now. 5 cards, actually. Okay. So we asked for 3 and ended up getting 5. Fantastic. So the first one that flew out was nature. And I believe this is also tying into the green man situation here. And it's talking, and another message about the volcano here. And I say that because then we also have anger here. Yeah. So these are all tied in together, right? Green man, volcano, anger, and then finally this nature card. And this, to me, the first thing I thought of when I saw this nature card, it said to me, get out into nature. Nature is going to help you ground yourself. Nature is going to help you find a good outlet for this anger. Yeah? Nature's going to help you heal. Utilize the power of nature at this time. It would be highly beneficial for you to utilize the power of nature at this time so that you can heal and understand the lessons that you have been learning. Integrate what's really happening for you and to you so that you don't repeat the cycles again. You know what I mean? Like, you can finally put a rest to this. Let nature help you do that. Now, when we get to anger, this card makes such sense. I know, and this is basically from my point of view, I've always been so angry with the fact that people could just be so damn close-minded all the time. And, you know, and I understand I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. It's just, and I know a lot of people just cling to things or hold on tightly to things because it helps them feel safe. But when you put other people's lives at risk, especially people that you either 1, love, or 2, claim to love, like family or friends or whatever, people that you really, quote, hold dear to you, but then you turn around and put their lives at risk because they don't line up with your beliefs. I mean, why wouldn't you not question your beliefs at that point? If this person is really who you say they are to you, and you really care about this person, it makes me so angry when they then turn around and don't question their own selves instead of questioning the beliefs that are not lining up. Is that making sense? So for me, that's where a lot of my anger came from. And I feel like as you divine masculines who are in this sort of energy of trying to deal with the gender roles, you're either getting angry or starting to realize you have a lot of pent up anger, or you're starting to see things from this new perspective. So now the anger is building. First of all, let me say that being angry is never bad. It's never wrong in and of itself. It's when we allow the anger to build too much and get out of control, and then we start really harming ourselves and others, that it becomes detrimental. So what this card is saying here is safely express your anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. So just that last line alone, honor all your emotions as sacred, says to me that no, being angry is never bad, is never wrong. When I stopped, I paused for a second there because I realized I didn't read the lines at the bottom of the nature card, but it says ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, and connect with the elementals. This is just on the nature card. So right here now, this back to the whole general thing of the tower energy, not just the specifics of the gender roles. But this is absolutely, the unicorns are absolutely tying in with the Earth Magic Oracle, where the Earth Magic is saying, find your sanctuary and express yourself in a positive way to avoid the effects of a volcano. Because while the volcano is ultimately a good release, it is incredibly destructive, yeah? And then the unicorns are mirroring that message with saying, ground yourself, find a sanctuary, and deal with your anger in a beneficial and positive way. Channel your anger. Learn to channel your emotions towards the things that you want to achieve in your life. That is an invaluable lesson that I think everyone can benefit from. Yeah. Next, we have intention. The next three cards, I think, are really, they're giving a central message. So I want to read them together, not just individually. First one is leadership. I'm sorry. The first one is intention. The second is leadership. No, I'm sorry. The second is possibility, and then the third is leadership, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure it really matters. Energy is it flows. So I don't think there's really a specific order to this. But anyway, I'm rambling. Excuse me. With intention says be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. And to me, this is saying, as this tower energy is, as you're moving through this tower energy, I'm speaking overarchingly now to the divine masculine in general. Despite what your specific situation is, despite what the tower specifically represents to you, this is an overall message. Use this moment as the tower is falling. Channel your anger and figure out what your intention is. Figure out what you want. What do you want to achieve moving forward? What do you want to grow? What do you want to ask the universe for? Yeah? With the green man here, figure out what it is you want to plant and ultimately harvest. Yeah? You have this moment, and you have this rush of emotion now as you're going through all of these things. As you're going through all this tower energy, channel that emotion and figure out what your intent is. Because the possibilities are endless. I mean, this alone, without reading the words on the card, this alone is telling me that you are wide open. You can literally do anything you want. You can literally create anything you want. And possibility, it says, raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Don't settle anymore. Yeah? Take this time to channel your energy and really shoot, aim big. Shoot for the stars, man. Divine Masculine, the door is wide open for you to create exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. But understand that it may not come to you the way you think it should or the way you want it to. But you can do anything. The possibilities are endless. And you're also being asked to be a leader. To be a leader in leadership. To step into your ancient or wise one status. Yeah? Step into your leadership. Share your message. Inspire and empower others. I mean, I was literally just going to say, take what you have learned through this tower energy. Through this tower. Through everything in your life up until now. Take what you have learned and share it with people. Tell your story. Inspire others to do the same things for themselves. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to pull from the Lightworker Oracle deck. Okay. Spirit, let's take one more card for the Divine Masculine. What should he know? What does he need to know in moving through this tower energy? In trying to break free, in moving away, in letting go of all that does not serve him or her any longer. Spirit, what can you tell the Divine Masculine from the messages of the Lightworker Oracle? What can you tell him or her about this tower energy? What does the Divine Masculine need to know? Okay. One message, please. One message in time. Ooh, we got 3. Okay. Wow. All right, so I'm definitely going to need to go to the book for this, underneath what we have here. Divine talents. Yeah, that works too. Oh Lord, and trust in the plan. Okay, so we got 5 again. 5 is the magic number here, and you know what? It really makes sense because 5 is a number of change in numerology. It's also about challenges and overcoming obstacles, but it's also about change. And let me tell you, you guys are going through some major change, don't you think? So, to kick things off, we have earth healing. And again, this one is talking about connecting with the earth, connecting with the earth mother, and allowing her to sustain you as you fulfill your life mission. So this is also saying to connect with the earth, ground yourself in your mission. Yeah, as a light worker, as a twin flame, we are all light workers. And in essence, you could say everyone on the planet is their own type of light worker. But when I say light worker, I mean individuals that have been tasked with really anchoring this brand new light grid that is taking over the planet. Yeah? This also, to me, talks about healing the inner child. And I think this came up in the Divine Feminine reading, the daily reading for today, January 11th. But I got a message of healing the inner child. And that absolutely, I think, is a lot of what this tower energy symbolizes for the divine masculine. Because there's a lot of childhood trauma. There's a lot of things that we... there's a lot of complexes we acquire as we grow older, as we move through going through childhood into adolescence and finally into adulthood. But really, most of these complexes, I think, start at an early age, or they possibly can. So this would be telling me to say to you, work on healing any inner child issues that you have. We also got second ray of wisdom, key of light, trust in the plan, and divine talents. Now, I'm not familiar with second ray of wisdom or key of light yet. So I'm going to definitely be reading from the book for those and seeing what channeled messages come through at that point. But I can already say with divine talents and trust in the plan, these are separate a little bit in the way I see it right now, but with divine talents, the Lightworker Oracle is absolutely confirming the need for expression. Yeah, the need to find a way to beneficially deal with your emotions, to work through the emotions of this period in a constructive and productive and healing manner. Yeah. Also, and then finally we have trust in the plan. A lot of you, divine masculine, are refraining from finally taking the final steps out of this tower energy because you have no idea what's going to come of it. And here with this card, where the universe is asking you to trust, please trust, because something is absolutely much better on the horizon, on the other side of this for you. Something is really, really much better. So channeling from these two cards right here, I feel like they are connected to each other. Second ray of wisdom to me is talking about a brand new way of thinking that's coming about, and it's leading to this key of light. This key of light. You are adopting a brand new mindset that is the key to the light you've been seeking and the light we're trying to anchor here in this world. But I want to get a little more specific on that. So I'm going to start with second ray of wisdom. And that one says, the second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. Yes, that makes sense. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. And that actually speaks straight to what I was just saying. And I kind of see this as the tower. This ray of light is coming in and striking the tower down. And it's destructive, sure. It's destroying all falseness, all falsehoods, all the things that were not real and substantial. But it's still filling you with truth, with power, with light. And it is giving you the key of light. I mean, it's literally giving you the key to everything. Let me read that. Let's go to that key of light here. Archangel Michael loves you unconditionally and serves your soul journey. He brings you a special gift now, the key of light. This key allows you to open any door, clear away any obstruction, and free yourself from any prison or enslavement. I mean, that's literally what I just said. Physical, emotional, or psychological. There is no need for you to feel trapped or locked out of a situation you want to get into. You now hold within your hands a divine key that will assist you in many ways. Literally. This is the Lightworker Oracle deck saying to you, this tower moment is giving you the knowledge, the key to open every single door you have ever truly wanted in your life. So please, just trust the process. Please just trust the process. Yeah? Yeah. And please remember to use do some sort of benefit, a positive or healthy way of expressing yourself. Work with healing your inner child and allow yourself to step into your light working mission here. But also remember, keep in mind, in trusting the plan, what's happening with this tower energy is you are clearing away all the things that are keeping you from serving your light mission. And that might be scary because you don't know what's going to come out of it. So the universe is asking you to trust in them. But also, what this card is also saying is also trust that not only will spirit support you in your light working endeavors, but the earth will support you as well. Because she wants us here to help. That's why we have been called here. To help her. And she's going to do everything that she can to be of service to us because we are in service of her. Do you see the reciprocation there? That's pivotal. That is key. And as you move forward, even once you really move through this tower energy, maintain your grace, maintain your poise, maintain your gratitude and respect for everything. Whether you perceive it as good or bad, it all deserves love and it all deserves respect. Because everything is divine in its own right. Yeah? Well, that was fun. Thank you so much for spending this last hour with me. I hope you got some good messages. I hope this resonated with any of you, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. This may resonate with you too. Please understand we all have masculine and feminine energies. So if you can pick out any tower moment situations you had that you're still dealing with residually and any of this resonates with you, please take it with you. And if you recognize any of this going on within your divine masculine, you can take it upon yourself to send him or her beneficial energy. Just be like, hey boo, I'm sending you this energy towards your healing. I love you. I want you to be, I have faith in you. I support you, that sort of thing. Just keep in mind, you can't make the changes for them. Yeah. We got to all do it on our own. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I love you all. Thank you so much for paying attention. And I will see you soon. Please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, or comment. Comments are always welcome. Goodbye.